Hello, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed Shut Up Summer.
I know we didn't.
Yeah, there was a little bit more work than we planned, but
Hey, Sean, here's a great idea. Why don't we double our workload?
as of tomorrow.
For no reason.
If you liked it, let us know. We might do it again sometime with a little bit more of a run up. But
this was an exercise to basically clear our backlog. So we really hope that you've enjoyed all the wonderful guests that we've had on.
And thank you all guests as well who've come on. It's just
to I'm not even going to name them because there's been so bloody many. But we wanted to get them all out, and we really hope you've enjoyed it. So now, after this episode, which you're listening to right now, which is not a guest episode, this is just a standard JTB, which means it stands for Just the Boys if people don't know. I've realised that I'm so deep in the lexicon of the pod that this would be very off-putting to new listeners. But we're going to go away now so you can listen to the pod. Regular episodes now every Thursday, not Monday. Not Monday, you greedy piglets. Until next Shut Up Summer. Or Shut Up
And enjoy listening to the show. See you next time. That would have been a fun cold open.
And now this is the cold open. This is the cold open where we talk about how great the thing that we weren't recording was.
Yeah. Oh, the things left to the ether.
To the Ethan.
To the ether.
That's who I am. I'm Ethan Lawrence.
Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up and answer the question. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up and answer the question.
Hello and welcome to Shut Up and Answer the Question, the show where you ask us a question and we take a bloody long time to answer it. I'm Sean Antony.
And I'm Ethan Lawrence, and we're back at it again on the JTBs.
Oh yes, yeah, we've had some fantastic guests, and we were just actually talking before we hit record how amazing the guests have been. But you know, we need some sort of like to conjure some of the chaos that just us two bring in person.
And we also need to pad out the guest episodes, especially now that we're in the throes of Shut Up Summer.
Yes.
And that backlog that looked pretty reassuringly large is shrinking.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do 8 episodes instead of 4 in a month. That'll be fine. And now we're like, oh, we have not recorded nearly enough.
But it is, to be fair though, some of those guests have been waiting such a long time.
Well, as we record tomorrow, Mark Mason's episode will come out, and I have done the maths on it. That was 11 weeks ago.
I know.
That's too many weeks.
I know. That's why we did the Shut Up Summer. So.
That's 3 months nearly that he's been sat there going, I wonder if they've forgotten about me.
No, but there was a blind panic. But I'm pretty proud that I managed to get 3/4 of the episode recovered.
Honestly, you are a wizard.
So
you're a warlock.
Oh, mate.
And I'm so proud of you.
I'm still gutted about that last quarter, though. But
yeah, but we'll never know. And I can't remember what happened, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, a lot of it was drilling, dogs.
A lot of it was drilling.
Hoovering, and then Mark apologising for the noise, and we were grateful that he had us.
I do remember he was trying to get through an anecdote that was continually interrupted by drill sounds, which was farcical, but also I imagine would be really annoying to listen to. So, so in a way, it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Speaking of blessings in disguise,
yes.
If you would like to follow us online, you can.
You can be a member of our legal team.
We're going straight in with the Discord. Yes, we are plugging the Discord.
It's our new one, and it's kind of cool. You named yourselves on there as well, which is...
Yes,
cool.
so yeah.
Thank you, Nathan, for that idea. That was great.
Yes, so our Discord members have dubbed themselves the legal team, which is great, because now I feel reassured that we're not going to get sued as much. But yeah, you can join them there if you want to. There is a link in the show notes, and if you can't be bothered to scroll down on the app you're currently on, you can also go on Instagram. Both my Instagram at Ethan D. Lawrence and the pod Instagram, Shut Up and Answer Pod, both of them have a link tree, and which is in the bio, and if you go on there, The Discord link is there as well. We'd love to have you. Some cool chats going on in there. We've got an entire channel dedicated to concussion stories.
That's actually surprisingly lively.
Yeah, it's a lot of people got a lot of... I've not had a concussion, so I can't get involved.
There we go. That's why you can remember shit, man.
Yeah, well, that's why I remember to... There's one thing where I just post the link to the podcast, and I remember to do that every Thursday and Monday recently. So that's fine. So, yeah, go join that, because it's good. And I have made an executive decision on the pod that we are going to try and prioritise questions from the Discord. Email as well, but like we are going to sort of... as a reward, for coming to support us there, we'll do that. I haven't done that today. I'm gonna be absolutely clear. I was just trying to clear the vault out.
No, that's cool. It's sort of like it's a juggle.
A juggle. Well, also there's this part of me that thinks that like the Discord questions should really go to guests, but then I also think to myself, the thing with the guest episodes is that we rarely, if ever, answer the question on those.
That's true.
So
that's true.
It's striking a balance. We're finding our way.
Just like we're I've just realised we've been trying to cut down the introductions, and then this one I think is probably getting on to about 5 minutes.
That's fine for me. I don't mind that. I don't mind, because, and I'll tell you for why, we need to plug the Discord.
We do.
Because I've seen the metrics, people skip over the end. Because they've heard it before.
Yeah.
By the way, we've got new stings at the end where we talk about the Discord. So if you want to listen to a brand new outro, which is the same but just with the Discord on it, do listen to the. Do you want a question?
I want a question.
Okay, I'll give you a question then if you insist.
Oh yes, please. I must insist. You question me. So drop it on me.
I will if you fucking let me talk. I will.
Shut up and ask me the question.
I will. You're pressuring me. It's from Mark Humphrey.
Oh, shout out Mark.
Shout out Mark, from a friend of the pod. If you could be born a 90-year-old man and live your life backwards through to being a baby, would you choose this or stick with nature's current plan?
Oh, Benjamin Button it.
Absolutely buttoning it, my boy.
Oh, that's... So, but is it like the Benjamin Button kind of style that you would be technically you'd be mentally and physically a baby, and then but you'd have like the frailty of an old man, and then you'd be like old person, and then you'd be reversing your way through, or will you have like all of your, for lack of a better term, cognitive abilities of a 90-year-old, and then sort of reverse that way as well?
If I'm hearing you correctly, you're asking me if when you're born, you are a 90-year-old man with an absolute tabula rasa slate of being a baby.
Yes.
So yeah, you're not born as a 90-year-old man with 90 years of experience of being a human. You're born a 90-year-old man with a baby's experience of being a human, which is none.
Yeah. That's what I was...
I mean,
it depends when you're like when you're that old age as well. Not everyone, but some people, they do have like a similar cognitive decline.
Don't be rude.
No. Like in terms of like months in comparison to that, sometimes it just the unfortunateness of sort of end of life. Like sometimes it can be a bit painful to witness.
I was watching The Repair Shop the other day.
Oh, I've not watched that in so long.
This is one of the
if anyone on The Repair Shop wants to come on, like we could
Steve, Will, Dom, Susie, anyone.
Jay, come on.
Jay's not on it anymore.
That's how long it's been, man.
Yeah, Jay's not on it anymore because of the allegations.
Oh,
we'll move on.
Shit. Dang.
I think it was a domestic abuse charge, but he's not on the recent series.
Oh, okay.
And he's not on anything at the minute until that gets cleared.
Yes, yeah, understandable.
Yeah, we're leaving that in.
We're just going to do a collect.
We're going to mar our invite to the Repair Shop people by saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, not Jay," because. But I was watching that the other day, and the reason why I bring it up is because it's one of the 3 things we talk about. That's one thing, and the second thing, it was a VE Day celebration.
Ooh.
And a 101-year-old man,
blimey,
came on to have his little clock fixed because it was a clock that I think it was in a bomber that he flew.
Yeah,
and he took it out when he was demobbed, And then he brought it home, and like his wife used it as like a bedside cabinet thing. She was long gone by that point, but it was in a state of quite poor disrepair. I think it had been dropped out of a box at some point.
Bloody hell.
And so obviously in comes Steve.
Oh, Steve!
Yes. And this one was a particularly interesting one because it was so small, this clock.
Yeah.
That Steve had to bring in his son.
Oh, he's only done that a couple of times.
Yeah, because the mechanism was something insane. Like it needed a gear that was like 1/10 of a millimeter. Jesus. And so he's there. I mean, he's a young man, but he's there with his loop in his eye, like,
and then doing the multiple
centimeters away from it. And I was like, yeah, no. I imagine that would be quite difficult for Steve at this point because, bless him, he's not old, but like your eyes do go, a little bit. And when you're dealing with like little tiny gears, but yeah, it was, the point he was very compos mentis, the 101-year-old guy. So it can happen. Like he was.
Oh no, that's I mean, like he was just more like, I know you said the question was like a 90-year-old man. Like my grandparents and my grandfather-in-law at the moment, he's regularly. I think he's nearly, if not in the 90s, like very close to, and he goes out for walks every day, like multiple mile walks, and so it's
you're
just,
only as young as you feel.
Exactly, you know. But that like just towards the end, like the opposite of birth, there can be a little bit of a decline, which is kind of scary. It's kind of like what's his name? He was in Stranger Things, something Gatiss.
Mark.
No, it's not.
Mark Gatiss?
No. He's the guy.
I've not seen Stranger Things, I should say.
He's the young boy who was also in Les Miserables.
As Gavroche.
Yeah, I think so.
How do you do? My name's Gavroche. Can't sing anymore. We'll be demonetised. Not that we're monetised.
But yeah, he was saying, like his view of death is kind of like, well, do you remember what it was like before you were born? It's like, no. It's like, well, that's how I picture death, kind of thing. Which was kind of like oddly comforting. Like it feels.
There's something comforting about Oblivion, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's going to be the title of the episode, by the way.
Something comforting about
comfort in Oblivion.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh,
it sounds like a My Chemical Romance album as well.
Comfort in Oblivion. Oh, poor Gerard Way. He has so many problems. I'm excited about the idea of being a teenager in your 70s.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Imagine going to gigs. Like being full on 70 in the pit.
With parental advisement, obviously.
That would be annoying, though. You'd have to have your ID in.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean...
Although you could get stuff for your mates when you were underage if you looked.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get carded if you're 70.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're obviously not...
Yeah. You're going to be a short 70-year-old, but they look at you and you're like, oh, you've seen.
Well, see, now this is interesting. I wondered if the 90-year-old is born the size of a 90-year-old man. I mean, that's a C-section for sure. Oh. Maybe I'll redefine the parameter because I think that's a bit horrible.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think about it. So my idea for this then is the way that this happens. You're delivered by C-section and you emerge as a baby, but as soon as you come into contact with air, 90-year-old man.
Or like sort of like really growing really fast.
Instant, if anything. Like you come out and
that
you're just
would
like,
be
boom.
Some eldritch kind of horror to witness as well, wouldn't it?
Look, I don't know how I can soften this. Like,
I mean, you could do the overnight thing, like, oh, you got the baby, and then you wake up, it's the 90-year-old, and you're like, oh, yeah, you got that.
That's better, isn't it? You put a baby in a crib or an incubator, and then you get there the next morning, and there's a 90-year-old man in there. Who are you? How did you get in here?
That's a
goo gaga, says the 90-year-old man.
That's an SPT monster, I think.
Probably.
Is it SPT?
SCP.
That's the one. But yeah, like it's absolutely awful. But it's just cyclical. So it grows a full life in 24 hours, and it is in constant agony.
Yuck.
And yeah, you're like, oh, and apparently, and it's immortal as well because it's cyclical.
Have you heard of the immortal jellyfish?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a jellyfish for people at home, I'm not telling you this, Sean, because you said you knew it, but for the people at home...
And Blowfish.
And Blowfish. Yeah, Blowfish is not listening to this. I think because he got cross at us when we didn't answer the question properly, so I don't think he's a fan. There's this jellyfish, and I'm going to explain it badly because I'm not the Blowfish, but it lives, and then it goes down to the ocean floor after a little while, and just basically regenerates itself in its entirety. And so it can't die unless it's like eaten or whatever.
There's some species of lobster have that as well.
Well, that's the thing. The lobsters technically just sort of keep growing, like, provided they can shed their shells.
Oh, sort of like an exoskeleton, just as long as they have the space to keep going.
I saw a TikTok of a fella. He's a lobster fisherman, but he was pulling ones in, and obviously they have to be a certain size before they're allowed to be caught. But he pulled one in, and poor thing was absolutely covered in barnacles. And he was like, "Oh, I have to take the barnacles off because the barnacles will prevent it from being able to shed.
Yeah, and
it will just die in its own skin if I don't do something." And so he scraped all the barnacles off and then threw it back. And amusingly, Australian it was, after he'd done that and thrown the lobster back, he goes, "I'll see you in a couple of years, mate." And I was like, "Oh, Christ.
Of course.
I'll be back for you."
There is, because there are some as well. I don't know if it's the breed or the species, or if there is some sort of weird genetic sort of anomaly. But sometimes if they do fish them up, they are. I'm not sure if it's required by law, but if it's a moral thing, they will throw it back. And it was when I was in New Zealand, there was a Maori guy was saying that's how they fish as well. So the first fish that they'll catch, even if it's the first fish, like if it's the only fish of the day, they will have to throw that back just to say thank you.
That makes it. Yeah, that's a big thing in Maori culture, isn't it? Sort of like the respect for the. I mean, in the West we'd call it paganism, but a respect for the land, the sea, and the air. There was
how fucking woke.
Yeah, sorry. Honestly,
I didn't saying that. I tried leaning into it.
No, but here's the thing, Sean. You're right. These woke Maori respecting the land. Where do they get off? Eh?
Oh God!
Next, they'll be respecting the sky. Can you imagine that? But I mean, for me, I hate to get deep. I hate to get deep on these poddies, but that to me is a better reflection of a god than God.
Yeah, no, like it's just showing the respect of just sort of like, well, thank you for this. You can have it back, and then
I think there was a documentary I was watching. I can't remember who it was, but it was sort of whistle stop tour of New Zealand. It might have been Jimmy Doherty actually, who came up on our pod that we did with Peter Austin. But he went to New Zealand, and they do sort of like because obviously Maori, a lot of their sort of respectful traditions have a lot of chanting and all sorts of stuff like that. And it was translated when they were doing sort of like a prayer before they went out fishing or something like that. And it was basically the thesis of it was, we as people are aware that the land, the sea, the sky are bigger than us.
It's just,
and it's such a small thing. It sounds stupid almost in a way, but actually knowing that and processing that and
being self-aware.
That's the thing. I am a small part of a larger whole, and so therefore that is a god to me.
Yeah,
and therefore I should show respect because I am a small cog in a large machine. It's a good way to think.
It is.
It's a good way to think. I wish I thought that way, as opposed to my normal way of going through life, which is like, yes, but what about me?
Oh man, the world would be such a better place if everyone just realised they were all cogs that need to work together, otherwise the machine will just jar.
That sounds a bit like socialism to me.
I know.
And we can't have that. Not here. Not in bloody Britain, mate.
Not in bloody
Britain. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to go back. I've still got the image of the 90-year-old man in an incubator. It's not great.
No,
I mean the thing is,
we've got the 70-year-old man in a mosh pit as well. But there's going to be that bit where you're in the middle, where you actually look the age that you are.
That'd be 45, wouldn't it?
45.
Yeah, because if you're born at 90, that would be your exact halfway point.
But that would be weird as well, because if you know that you were born at 90, you know exactly how long you've got left.
Unless it's the case of the immortal jellyfish. Like, you can still die from external forces.
Yeah.
Like, because if you get hit by a car, then you'll die aged 50 or whatever in the body of a 30-year-old. No, wait, no, 40-year-old. No, wait, yeah, 40-year-old. If you're 50 from having been born 90, you will be in a 40-year-old's body.
Yes.
And then you get hit by a bus.
And then, yeah.
And then that's it. That's that experiment over.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to say we're on immortal jellyfish rules.
Or, what if you didn't know it at the time, but you went from 90 to newborn and then went newborn again?
So this is both the SCP thing and the jellyfish, so that we're constantly cyclical.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Would it? I don't know. That sounds like hell. That sounds like absolute hell on earth.
Oh, yeah, because then you'd be you'd be the newborn, but you would if you were the blank slate at a 90-year-old, you'd be a newborn with 90 years worth of experience and not able to do anything.
See, that's the bit that makes me not want to do this. Like, I don't know how I'd cope being 80 and also 10. Like, I'm an 80-year-old man, but I'm in a 10-year-old.
But you'd have you'd be able to, you'd have the youthfulness of the muscles of just the body, wouldn't you? That would be able to run around.
But here's the thing.
But then, are they going to atrophy to the point that when you get young enough that they're just not going to work anymore? Or if you're still running around before then, that you're going to have muscle baby?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Because we're talking about sort of bodies here. Two things. Number one, if you're 80 years old and in a 10-year-old's body, for example, I don't know how this... I'm thinking broader. I'm thinking like governmental issues here.
Yeah.
That you're walking around outside on your own because you're 80. And then the police are like, what is that 10-year-old boy walking around outside of school hours doing? And then you present some ID...
They're gonna know that. Yeah, they're gonna go. Like, no, that's fake.
That's insane. Like, so,
or if you were the only one that had this affliction, you could be like, "I'm on TV, dude." Just like you throw up your YouTube videos.
Do you know
like,
what it is?
You know what,
Sean? Honestly, normally I'm the guy that's always thinking about monetization, but you here, you cynical man, you've decided here that we're gonna go right. This kid's going to be a star.
Oh, not a star, but it's one of those ones. There's a lot, especially when there's medical anomalies. They then become quite famous in their own little niche of where they are.
Do you remember the Up series of films? Not the Pixar film, but...
Oh, I was going
to... So, basically, it was... I can't remember the name of the director, but he tracked the lives of a small group of British kids.
Yeah.
Starting age 7.
Yeah,
and then he touched back in with them every 7 years or so. Reversal of that, maybe. 83 Up.
83 Up.
At which point you're talking to the 7-year-old, 83-year-old man.
Oh, that would be... Oh, what? Sorry, it just had the thought of, like, when you're in professional work and you've worked, I don't know, like 30 years in a row... And then you're looking, what would that be? You'd be 50. So, yeah, you'd be looking about 30, maybe late 20s.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, do this. And
I'm retiring.
Where's my golden watch?
I mean, theoretically, because your body's getting more supple and your mental acuity better, you'd have to work longer. Oh, you'd have to be the boss.
But that would be so difficult to be able to do. You're right. If your mental... if your cognitive abilities are getting better the older you get, the older/younger you get, then it would be genuinely difficult at school, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd have to go to school as an 85-year-old man.
Yeah.
That would be weird. You'd be bullied.
Oh, yeah, kids are ruthless, man.
The kids would be like, oh, look at this old man.
Oh, here comes the prune.
Here comes the prune.
Do.
Here comes the prune. Don't sing anymore. We'll be demonetized if we were monetized.
Don't sue us.
Here comes the sue. Please don't sue us. I suppose what we need to do is we need to separate the idea of... So are we talking... The body itself is purely... This is a purely physical thing. So we're saying that if you're born with the mind of a baby and a 90-year-old man... But you keep your mental faculties all the way through, and it's only your body that changes.
But then if it's your body that's changing, your brain and your internal organs and everything are going to be that same physical age as a 90-year-old.
For sure, but I'm thinking...
But then
I don't want to
the
get...
synapses and stuff then start firing more.
I just don't want to get too deep into the weeds of overcomplicating this.
You do realise, like,
Yeah, but
what podcast you're on.
I am, but I'm also very conscious of the fact that, like, I can say, oh, this, and then you'll go, oh, but what about?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to... Do you know what? I'm going to define my parameters. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, what is it, 25 minutes in?
Yeah, man. I'm going to define the parameters. So, let's say, in this hypothetical situation, because it is hypothetical, because this wouldn't happen, Sean.
Yeah, yep.
In this hypothetical situation, you are born a 90-year-old man as a baby. So, you have the baby mind. All that changes is your physical body. We're not really talking about sort of the synaptic connections or the degradation of organs or anything like that. We will say that you start at 90, get gradually fitter and fitter and fitter and fitter,
Okay.
and then become a child. And so, to that end, it would be difficult, I think, as a at that point 87-year-old man, to realise that you're gradually losing the ability to walk and speak.
Yeah.
Imagine when your kneecaps disappear.
Oh, what if your baby teeth then come in?
Oh, I didn't even think about teeth. So you start with no teeth, and then
And then you get, like,
then you
forever
get,
teeth.
Then you get adult teeth.
And then, you get wisdom teeth as well. And then they all...
Oh no, Sean! I've just thought. So they magically appear one by one, your teeth, and then your adult teeth grow back into your gums to then be replaced by baby teeth.
This is some Cronenbergian nightmare.
It was always gonna be.
Yeah, but
Like,
yeah.
This is the issue with having some kind of...
It'd be such a lonely life as well. Like, you can't really find someone.
You don't have peers.
You don't have peers. You don't have someone that you can share. Like, you can share ideals and, like, enjoyments and hobbies and stuff like that with. But it's going to be such a weird...
Imagine the sadness
Yeah.
of some of the few friends that you do have, and you can physically see them getting older as you get younger. Like,
And then, as you said as well, being more fit. So be like, oh, you want to come to the gig? You're like, I can't.
I mean, here's the thing. Let's say you make a friend aged 30 in this scenario. So you are 60,
Yeah.
but you've made a friend aged 30 because you have a 30-year-old mind. At some point, you are going to start looking younger than them as they start looking older. Again, 45.
45, yeah.
Yeah, and so you're at that point. You're both 45 years old. You look basically similar. And then...
That would be a highlight, though, wouldn't it? When
great
everyone's
year. Great year. But then 5 years later, you're 40 and they're 50. And then
that's not too bad still.
But then you're 35 and they're 55.
But then it's a role swap, wouldn't it? Because if you were that way, and then if you were 50 and they were 30, it's then the other way round. So it's sort of something that you could call back to.
So you have to look after them then.
They'll look after you, and then you look after them.
I think 50-year-olds need looking after, to be honest with you. I think they're probably fine. Your wife is coming home.
She's having a chat.
She's having a sit in a chat.
There we go.
That's fine. That's good.
We might have a bit of a knock on the door or something.
Carrie went for a run earlier.
She's a very fit lady.
She's a very fit lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong.
She could pick you up, can't she?
Yeah, I'll probably... Yeah. She could sort of like... what's it called? The love lifters up where we belong. Officer and Gentleman.
Please don't sue us.
Yeah. She could probably do the ending of Officer and Gentleman with me.
How many times have you asked for uppies from your wife?
I haven't, actually.
Well, for the pod?
Oh, I'd get beaten.
Carrie, please can I have uppies? It's for content.
I'm a 90-year-old baby man.
Carrie, listen, I'm a 70-year-old baby. Uppies.
But, like, coming back to the physicality of things, like, when you are getting older, like, say, 70, 80, you're then the 10-year-old boy, are you going to have the physical, like, musculature if you're using that all the time. If you keep yourself fit, like my grandfather-in-law, like the gentleman on Repair Shop, doing that, keeping that, you can keep your brain moving, your muscles moving, so it's you're not sort of stiffening up, as it were. Would you be able to do a similar thing when you're 70, 80, 90, 20, 10, 5?
So the way I'm sort of defining this is that I'm thinking your body gradually gets better.
Yeah.
Like, you are actually, and you don't actually need to do anything. That's just what happens with nature. As you get older, your body weakens, but in this case, as you get older, your body strengthens and then becomes a baby.
Yeah. So like you're going to be like that kid from the 90s who was like an 8-year-old who was just full on ripped.
I think the sweet spot for this would be when you're in your 60s and 70s. When you're in the body of a 30, 20-year-old person.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest. If we could have the experience of age in the body of youth, that man could rule the world.
Yep. For damn sure.
Imagine that. Like, 70 years of experience and you're 20 years old.
Yeah. Well, that's what most jobs want nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. Bloody hell, my bloody broken Britain again.
So we want someone, just a graduation role with 25 years of experience.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'll come back when I'm 50.
But you just need to have graduated.
Oh. I guess I'm going to the Open University. I guess that's for me. Yeah, Jesus. Here we go. Hi, Carrie! You're live on the pod.
Hi. I've just got attacked by a swarm of ladybirds.
If people didn't hear that, Carrie got attacked by a swarm of ladybirds.
There's been a lot of people saying about how many ladybirds there are about.
And I looked down and I was covered in them. I thought that they were like flying ants. I wasn't paying any attention, or storm bugs or something. And I looked down and I was literally covered in ladybugs. So I ran down the slope. And obviously, and then I lost one of my headphones.
Oh, so you've lost it?
Lost it. I can't find it anymore. I couldn't find it. I retraced my steps.
Oh.
Ah.
So there you go. Attack of the ladybirds.
Attack of the ladybirds.
So if people didn't hear that, Carrie was attacked by bugs, ladybirds specifically, and has lost a headphone.
The joys of a 5k run.
Yeah, not the most successful run, I feel.
No.
Did you complete it at least?
Well, she's back.
I know she's back, Sean. I don't know if after the whole earphone fiasco, she might have cut the run short. I don't know that. Don't you editorialise me.
I did long because I had to run back and retrace my steps.
Oh no, of course.
So,
Carrie, would you mind just coming over closer to the microphone for just a second? I have a genuine question for you.
Oh God. Okay, hang on.
Okay, we'll vamp until then.
Yes.
Right, so this came up on the pod just now. Do you think you could lift Sean up?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Hypothetically, if he...
Not from the ground. I could probably hold him above the ground, but I don't know if I'd be able to pick him up from the ground, if that makes sense. If you passed him to me...
So if I pass you...
Right. It's passing of the torch. This is now passing of Sean.
Here is your husband.
Broken for you.
If you were already standing, you just had to stay there, that would be easier. I think I could do that. Why?
Well, because we were saying... Basically, we're talking about being a very, very old man in a child's body. And
yeah.
I asked if Sean had ever asked you for uppies because he said you were very strong.
Okay.
You are very strong.
Yes.
I've never asked for uppies though.
That situation has never arisen, sorry. It's never...
Well, that's all right. When we've finished recording this one, we're all going to go in the garden and film it for content.
And she's run away.
She couldn't have left quicker. So hypothetically, in this sub-question to the question, Carrie reckons she could carry you, but probably not lift you from a standing start.
Yeah.
Despite her immense strength.
Yeah. I mean, I am an awkward shape. I'm
like... Don't say that about yourself, Sean. You're human shaped. You're making it sound like you're some kind of weird geometric creature.
No, I'm an already built IKEA cabinet. It's just awkward to move.
I don't know about that. Since I've met you, Sean, you've lost a lot of timber.
you whore.
There you have, though. Since I met you in 2018.
Wow, 2018.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
You turned your life around.
And upside down.
And upside down.
And round and round.
And up and uppies.
And up and uppies. Anyway, 90-year-old man, child, baby thing.
So how old are you now? You're 36?
38.
See, I did that. Went low.
Yeah. Thank you for the compliment.
That was nice of me. That was nice of me today. 38. So if you're 38 now, so if we're going in reverse, you would now be 52 in a 38-year-old's body.
52. Yeah.
I think that maths.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. So that maps on. So you've got 52 years of experience in a 38-year-old's body, and a very good, if awkwardly shaped, 38-year-old body who could be very much lifted by his wife. Imagine that. Picture that. But I guess we can't picture it because neither of us have 52 years of life experience.
No, but that's when you're looking at, like, parents.
You are a parent.
No, like your parents.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, you'd be looking at... So you'd be essentially, like, for a rough sort of estimate, you'd be your mental aptitude in your parents' body with their wisdom.
Well, my mum's pretty sharp.
So yeah, would that is that what you're saying? So
I'm so sorry. My whole body like ruptured.
It just wanted out.
It needed to go, and there was nothing I could do.
But yeah, so would that be? Yeah, so you've got the fitness of what you would be, the memories and experiences of your age, but then you would have the wisdom and the physicality.
You'd have the body you have now.
Yeah.
But 52 years of life experience.
Okay.
So you're you now.
Yep.
Having reached there from above as opposed to coming from below.
Yeah.
But you've lived for 52 years as opposed to 38.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is...
you've definitely got the wisdom there. You've got the...
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but this is going to come off quite rude. You are approaching the midway point, right?
I am.
That's fair to say.
Yep.
Don't get angry at me. That's fair to say.
No. It's maths.
Yeah. So, like, at that point, I think you'll probably be fairly balanced, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not going to...
That 5 years either side seems kind of... I mean, that's a decade there anyway, but that's kind of like...
Things, a decade's a long time, but I don't know how long a time it is between 40 and 50. Like, I feel like you've had a lot of... At that point, I'm not saying 40-year-old people are over the hill or anything, but I reckon by 40, you sort of know who you are.
Yeah.
To a degree.
That was... I mean, and I remember that a lot, like, when I was growing up and, like, with your colleagues and stuff. Those, like, that level, like... maybe late 30s, 40s, they were much more confident in who they were.
Yeah.
And it was that sort of like, I'm me, if you don't like it, do one. Whereas before then, and I suppose you'd be appearing a lot older, but you'd have those kind of worried thoughts as a younger person would of trying to fit in with everyone. But if you're already that older person, do you then just already skip that and just go, look, I can't be like anyone else. I can only be me.
Well, I think there's had to be a degree of that because you're the only person who's aging backwards. Like, you know, that puts you in a pretty unique situation already.
Yeah.
And especially if, like, as you said, if you've been heavily monetizing this, then, like, you know, a lot of people are going to know who you are because you've been on Graham Norton. You've been on Sunday Brunch.
Well, do you think as a 90, or not a 90-year-old, probably 70-year-old maybe, you've been put on that couch that throws them backwards?
I think you get to go on the real couch.
Ooh.
I think you get to sit next to, like, Greg Davies and Tom Cruise. That's one of the
weird
reasons...
one. I mean, it was great chat with Tony Way about Tom Cruise, but you said Greg Davies and Tom Cruise, and my brain meant more of like, oh, Greg Davies.
Weird, isn't it? But that's one of the things that
it's probably like a UK thing. It might be just like it's a household name when you're on TV as opposed to
for sure. And one of the things I like about the Graham Norton Show in specific is that weird thing can happen.
Yeah,
that we're sort of like, okay, so today we've got on the sofa, we've got Tom Cruise, we've got Kate Blanchett, and we've got Sanjeev Bhaskar. And it's like, those three people shouldn't be in the same room. Like, what's happened there? No disrespect to Sanjeev Bhaskar, please don't sue us.
But I think wasn't there one with Greg Davis with Tom Cruise?
I think it might have been Matthew McConaughey.
Because he was talking about one where he accidentally wore his mum's underwear or something.
Oh yeah,
that might have been Helen Mirren. Actually,
might have been. I feel like I can picture Matthew McConaughey looking at Greg Davis like, "Who are you? Like,
what are you talking about?"
all right. And what about you, Matthew? How are you?
I didn't know that tapping thing, like it was just off the cuff, and that was Leonardo DiCaprio's reaction of looking around at the car,
looking at Matthew McConaughey, being like, "That's not Matthew."
It was like, but he was like, it's not in the script. But he was like, Leonardo DiCaprio's just looking around at the other, like the people behind the scenes, just going,
Why is Matthew doing that?
But it looked like he was looking at other people in the restaurant, which is kind of cool.
Do you know what? This scenario would be good for being an actor.
Yeah, yes.
Like, imagine, right? Imagine, in the later periods of your life, you get to become the leading man.
Dude. Yes.
Picture that. Because normally what happens is your heart throbs. What happens is they work solidly through their 20s and early 30s, then disappear for 15 years, and then come back as a character actor.
And then you can, like, sunset your career with, like, made-for-TV Nickelodeon movies.
Hell yeah! You could... So you're actually doing the whole career of that. You start with the like, Oscar bait renowned, like, going out there like, oh, yes, rather... And then, like... Then you start to have your action time in your 30s. Unless you're Tom Cruise, who is genuinely in his 60s and still doing this.
The guy, he must be some sort of machine by now.
We spoke about him with Tony Way. We don't need to
go
over Tom Cruise again. But I don't know if Tony Way's episode will come out before this one. We're spoiling things. By the way, we got Tony Way on as a guest.
Tom Cruise, if you want to come on as a guest.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not busy.
He's just from the outskirts of the atmosphere, just skydiving down, just talking to us the whole time.
I was imagining him skydiving, smashing through the ceiling just now. I heard my name.
How's it going, guys?
Holy shit! Guess that.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
He sprints out. Oh, that was weird.
That was the quickest step ever.
We didn't even
faster
get
than Alfie Indra's 11-second podcast.
We've got to ask you a question, Tom. Tom, come back. Stop running down the sea wall, Tom. There's ladybugs. Be careful.
You just hear, ah!
My earphone.
I found an earphone.
I found it. It's mine. Oh God, Tom Cruise, eh? Who'd be him?
Yeah,
Tom Cruise would.
Tom Cruise, yeah, he's yeah. There's a small subset of people who have it feels like they've completed the story mode of their life, and they're just going back doing the side quests now.
Oh yeah, I mean he doesn't want for anything, does he? He's worth
just
$1 billion,
and he's just doing all the stuff that he wanted to do. And if you you would if you could, if you've got that ability, and then that's one of the main things that I'd love to do if I was an actor, to be able to learn to do those things that you're meant to be, that the character's meant to be doing, like learning to forge a sword or something like that, or learning to skydive for that one piece. And I know there's the stuntmen to do that, and like the big stunts, yeah, all to them, because I mean, by God, they're putting their body on the line for their work.
I think they're getting recognised at the Oscars next year.
Oh,
that's what I heard, at least.
As they need to.
As they should have been.
It's its own art form, kind of like before. What's his name? Andy Serkis and Doug Jones. They weren't eligible to get Oscars for acting because it wasn't their presence on the screen.
Yeah, because for Gollum
and yet the performances that they could put forward and that was just absolutely unreal. And I think that's now a thing, and like they can
something like that. All I know is,
but it's
some people should have been recognised. It is criminal. The Oscars has been going on for nearly 90 years now.
Yes.
And they never once have been recognised with a stunt category.
And it's like not dissing stunt at all, but this is the safest. Like right now is the safest that stunt work has ever been.
Oh yeah,
and it was like tomorrow will be the safest that it has ever been.
Do you know why? Because there's rules now.
Exactly, but those people who have done those stunts in the past, like the big stunts that you remember, like if you just stop, close your eyes, think of a stunt that comes to mind. That would have just been part of the film. No
sort of thought about it.
Yeah, no congratulation to it at all. Whereas now, at least you can get sort of something for it, and which is so well deserved. I mean, what was it? I think it was Chris Hemsworth. Him and his stunt double were on the same flight. He was in first class. Chris Hemsworth, big actor, of course. His stunt double was in like economy, because like they were like that's all you need to get to the point where you need to go.
I hate to say this to you, Sean, because I think this is going to demystify a lot of things. But the thing is, when you're talent, no, it is disgusting. Like I get travel comped, I get like all sorts of stuff like that, and the crew don't, and but it's just what it is. It's the hierarchy of a film set is a rigid thing, especially in the States, because a lot of that's union.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. It's tricky, and I don't know how we fix it. But I can tell you what we can fix. The answer to this question.
Yes, because we are definitely skipping on. I mean, for those who can't see, like, I've got a screen behind the camera showing us how far we've gone, but I've accidentally made the font extra small. so it's difficult to see where we are.
I think it's at about 45 minutes, and we did have 5 minutes of intro.
There we go.
So what I want to say is, with regards to the question, we've talked a lot about the mechanics of it, and we've talked about how it would work. The central thesis of the question is, would you take that deal? And me, no. I wouldn't do it. I just feel the positives are far outweighed by the negatives. Being born into a decrepit old body with a baby's mind doesn't sound good.
And being among children during that as well. That would destroy your mental health.
And on the other end, being a 90-year-old man in a baby's body where you physically can't do anything, you can't... And most of your family's going to be dead, so I don't even know who's going to look after you at that point.
Your friends as well.
Yep. Watching all your friends die.
Watching your kids grow old. And there'll be a point where you are younger than your kids.
I wouldn't take the deal, Sean. I don't want it. I'm so sorry, Mark Humphries, but no, no deal.
Run away.
Get away from here. No, that's enough. We won't do that. No, I would do anything.
You're telling the banker no.
No, yeah, we're going to keep playing deal or no deal. Have you seen the new one?
No.
No, neither have I.
Credits!
Thank you for listening to Shut Up and Answer the Question. Your hosts were me, Ethan Lawrence at Ethan D. Lawrence everywhere, and Sean Antony at Sean Antony VO on social media and Loudmouth Gaming on YouTube. If you want to follow the podcast, you can! We're at Shut Up and Answer Pod on Instagram and Shut Up Pod on TikTok. We also have a YouTube channel for the show, so if you want to watch video versions of the podcast, just type Shut Up and Answer the Question into YouTube. If you want to send us an email to ask a question, we're shutuppod@yahoo.com, and we also have a Discord, the link to which can be found in the pod blurb below. We want to thank Kitsune Kei for the artwork, Eyes on Lakes for the music, Podbean for hosting this podcast, and we will see you next time.
Shut up and answer the question.
That's so good.